Today, we're jumping right into a legal story, shaking up the music industry. It's Drake versus Universal Music Group, UMG. There's been a recent court ruling that's kind of changed the game a bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting pretty interesting. This lawsuit's been bubbling away, and the latest development is all about discovery. You know, that phase where both sides ask for evidence from each other.
Right, digging for information.
Precisely. And UMG actually tried to hit pause on that whole process. But just this past Wednesday, April 2nd, a judge said no, denied their request.
Okay, so that means Drake's team gets to keep digging.
That's right. They can move forward, asking for documents, communications, all that stuff.
So why is that denial such a big deal? What was UMG hoping to stop?
Well, UMG's argument was basically that Drake was going way too broad, demanding highly commercially sensitive documents, things they felt just weren't relevant to the actual lawsuit.
Sensitive documents, like what kind of thing?
They gave specific examples, like details about executive pay specifically, the annual bonus plans for John Janik. He's the CEO of Interscope Records, which is part of UMG.
Ah, okay. Internal financial stuff.
Yeah. And they also pointed to Drake's request to see Kendrick Lamar's record contract. You can imagine why a label would want to keep things like executive bonuses and major artist contracts, confidential.
Oh, absolutely. That's the kind of stuff companies guard pretty closely.
So how did Drake's team react when UMG tried to block access to this info?
They weren't subtle about it. Drake's lead lawyer, Michael Gottlieb, put out a statement basically saying, now it's time to see what UMG was so desperately trying to hide.
Pretty direct, right?
Yeah, that's throwing down the gauntlet.
And even before that, Gottlieb had told Billboard something similar. He called UMG's move a ploy to delay getting documents they wanted to keep hidden and buried. He essentially said, look, if UMG has nothing to hide, why fight discovery so hard?
Sounds like they definitely think there's something juicy there. But stopping discovery wasn't UMG's only move, was it? They also tried to get the whole lawsuit dismissed.
That's correct. At the same time, they filed a separate motion asking the judge, Judge Jeanette Vargas, to dismiss Drake's lawsuit entirely. And importantly, with prejudice.
With prejudice, meaning Drake couldn't just refile it later.
Exactly. It would be game over for this particular claim. A really strong move from UMG.
Okay, so what was their reason? Why did they argue the case shouldn't even go forward?
UMG's argument was, well, quite something. They basically painted the entire lawsuit as Drake being upset because he, quote, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated.
Like, they're blaming this whole legal case on the rap battle.
That's the framing they used, yeah. They called Drake's complaint utterly without merit, suggesting it's just frivolous, no real legal basis. It's definitely an unusual way to characterize a major lawsuit.
Wow, okay. So Gottlieb and Drake's team must have had a response to that, right? To UMG saying this is all just about a rap battle.
Oh, absolutely. Gottlieb fired back pretty strongly. He accused UMG of using the rap battle narrative as a smokescreen, a way to distract everyone, shareholders, artists, the public, from the real issues.
And what does he say the real issues are?
He described UMG as a greedy company that needs to be held accountable for, and this is his phrasing, profiting from dangerous misinformation that has already resulted in multiple acts of violence. He called their dismissal motion a desperate ploy to dodge responsibility.
Whoa, okay. Dangerous misinformation, acts of violence. Those are really serious accusations, much bigger than just a rap battle.
Much bigger. Gottlieb expressed total confidence the case will proceed and that it will uncover UMG's long history of endangering and abusing its artists. Very strong words.
Definitely raises the stakes. So where are we now? Judge Vargas said no to stopping discovery, but has she ruled on UMG's request to dismiss the whole case?
Not yet. That decision is still pending. Judge Vargas has set a date, though June 30th, for a hearing specifically on that motion to dismiss.
Gotcha. So discovery moves forward for now, but the entire case could still get thrown out at the end of June.
That's the situation. Drake's team won this procedural round, allowing them to keep seeking information, but UMG's attempt to shut the whole thing down is still very much active and will be argued in court soon.
Okay, so quick recap. Drake gets to proceed with discovery, looking for documents UMG considers highly sensitive. UMG failed to stop that, but they're still pushing hard to get the judge to dismiss the entire case, framing it around that rap battle.
Exactly. And Drake's team is pushing back, saying this is not about a rap battle, it's about UMG allegedly profiting from harmful content and mistreating artists. Two completely opposing narratives.
It really makes you wonder, though, what is in those documents? What's the dangerous misinformation they're talking about? It feels like whatever comes out during this discovery could be, well, pretty explosive.
It potentially could be. If Drake's team gets access to things like executive pay structures, other artist contracts, internal communications, it could shed light on how a major label operates, maybe in ways they wouldn't want public.
Right. And these allegations about profiting from dangerous content, that touches on much bigger questions about platform responsibility, doesn't it?
It really does. Beyond just Drake and UMG, this case could spark broader conversations about transparency, accountability, and artist welfare within the music industry. That June 30th hearing on the motion to dismiss is definitely one to watch. What arguments come out then and how the judge rules, it'll be a key moment.
Yeah, a lot riding on that. It'll be fascinating to see what happens next.